I've had two run-ins with the law. I've never spent a night in jail, but I have been arrested once. Um, okay, in my high school, there was this chick, pretty much like 400 pounds, looked like Queen Bee, Queen whatever from Braun from Nine, Final Fantasy Nine. And
Wow,
one
she
day,
blew.
oh yeah, one day, one day, Miss Whale was like literally like hitting me in the back of the head with books and stuff. And this is middle class. It's not hurting me. I'm not, I'm just focused on the class, and the teacher isn't stopping it. So I'm about ready to pick up my books at the end of class, and she knocks them all off my desk. So I shove her, and I'm like, "What's your problem, bitch?" And she looks at me, smiles, and starts banging her head against the wall.
Oh, Jesus.
2 years later, I get, this is when I'm homeschooled, right? 2 years later, I'm being homeschooled. And I get told that I need to go to the high school because I'm being arrested. I'm like, what for? Because whenever you hit what's your face in the back of the head repeatedly, I didn't. She had concussion. She's now arresting charges. So I didn't wear handcuffs, but I was escorted by two armed guards into a meeting room at my high school. So I sat down and I had to explain my story, and then they said, you know what, I don't think this is going to go anywhere in court. So this whole thing of you arresting me was for nothing.
Right.
That's kind of insane. I don't think you don't get too many people around where I live that's crazy enough to go, you know what, I don't like you, I'm going to give myself concussion.
Oh,
Yeah.
you'd be surprised.
But America is a special place.
And later on that same year, my sister, who lived 70 miles away at the time, her car broke down at her work. She worked at Papa John's that was in a strip mall. Yeah, strip mall was shaped like an L. And I was going to be going down there in 2 weeks, right? And lo and behold, there's a video store there, playing games and stuff with my sister and her roommates. That sounded fun. So parents drove me over. My dad and my mom started working on the car. I decided to go into this the video store, and looked at the video games. I got bored. I didn't know when my parents were done, so I walked out and checked on them. So I started walking around this building. I went back into the movie store again to look around somewhere at movies this time. Got bored. Didn't know when my parents were done. This is before I had a cell phone, so I went back out and looked. Mm-hmm. Went a few more laps around the Big L. Like, this is 40 minutes later, right? Went back into the building, looked at more stuff, and walked out again. I'm 15 at this time, right? So I'm still, you guys know I'm incredibly large. I'm like 6'6" right now. I was 6'4" back when I was 15.
Oh my.
That's taller than I am now, and I'm almost 22. That's so depressing.
I'm 18. Go ahead.
I went 2 more laps, and then while I was going through the lap, I noticed there's cop cars at the video store. Like, oh shit, something's going on there. Let's stay away from the video store. I turn back around, go back to my parents, tell them something's happening at the video store. There's cops there. All of a sudden, this 3'8" cop comes out of the back of a Papa John's, staring right at me. And this is usually better, if there was a visual representation. Whoa. Stop that guy.
That's Sam.
Mm-hmm. Turn off your echo. Okay. So this cop, he sees me, right? And he's shaking as he's walking.
The echo. It's just the room I'm in. It's got
we got
acoustic.
echo of us.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Sorry, so this cop, he's glaring at me this entire time, right? And he's putting his hands to his holster, and by the way, his gun was about the size of his thigh. And he's walking towards me, and he's hesitating, he's leaning backwards, he doesn't want to confront me. He's looking up, and he gets right next to me. And literally, his neck is perpendicular to the rest of his body. And he's like, I'm going to have to take you in. What for? There's a big tall guy walking around scaring people. Really? My mom and dad went to go tell him that, hey, this kid's 15, he's bored. And he almost pulled the gun out of my dad.
Wow.
It took 4 people that were there the entire time to explain to this idiot that I'm 15 years old. But see, he didn't believe that because he was like this 30-year-old, 3'8" tall cop trying to arrest a 6 foot tall 15-year-old kid.
Nice.
Oh man. Okay, I have like 5 stories that just came out of that.
We don't have all the time in the world. To
Okay, two of them are quick. Okay, so I used to work at Myers, right? This is a gas station chain, not gas station, store chain, factory store, kind of like Walmart. They're all over like the northern part of the U.S. And I worked at the self checkout line, which is right next to the door, right? The greeter, the person you're supposed to look and see if you're stealing stuff, couldn't walk very well, so he always sat in one of those motorized carts. And all of a sudden, we're there, and I'm goofy, so when I see a little kid, I go, hi, I can't get my voice that high right now because of the allergies and stuff like that. But I did that to a kid, and she was with her older sister and mom. The kid ignored me, but then I was just like, well, say hi back. The mom was like, you bitch. Her cart went off, and me and that guy who doesn't walk well was on top of that cart in like 5 seconds.
Wow.
So what I did, he reset the door. I pushed the cart back, and then I literally walked backwards, scanning a cart. It got to where her purse was. It went off again, and she was blaming it on the popcorn underneath her purse. Popcorn.
What?
The what?
Popcorn.
A bag of popcorn. Like the pre-pop popcorn, like okie dokie popcorn.
Oh,
She's blaming the door going off because of that. Lo and behold, she had $300 worth of jewelry in her purse.
Wow.
Wow.
Jeez.
Because of Myers got me really good at being at loss prevention. Whenever I came back south, where I live now, I was at Kmart early on because I was getting the new Xbox because my last one actually got fried by the electric company. Don't ask how. That's another story of its own.
Next week.
Next week, find out what happened to Kuchiri's old Xbox. Dun, dun, dun.
You know what happened to mine? It's on YouTube. But go on.
Oh yeah, you smashed it to pieces.
Kuchiri, are you done? Because I just remembered one last story.
No, this is going fast enough.
Okay.
So I'm there like at 7 in the morning because I just got done with the 3rd shift, and I'm about, I'm there paying off more of the Xbox because they have a layaway system. You pop down $50 every week, and then you can pick it up, right? And I'm standing here for 30 minutes in a section with nobody in it, and I look up at like the Dance Dance Revolutions and the Guitar Heroes. And I'm like, that's stolen, that's stolen, that's stolen, that's stolen. So Christmas, my mom and dad decided to get me Dance Dance Revolution from the store. Open up, there's the gamepad, but no game. We decided to go back, and we realized that not only was the game stolen, there was like 5 other people in online that had like Resistance 1 and Halo 3 and like Pokemon on the DS, all without games in them. Yeah.